Greetings, fellow film fans. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mercy, and this is the Funny Pajamas YouTube channel. Now, this week I had a chance to check out Godzilla vs. Kong. And this is my spoiler-free review. So if you haven't watched the movie yet, don't worry. I'm not going to let out any major spoilers. Actually, I won't let out more spoilers at all. So let's get down to it. Oh, and before I begin, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Become a subscriber to my channel if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. Now, I'll tell you, when I went into Godzilla vs. Kong, okay, but straight on out, I was rooting for Godzilla. I've always been Team Godzilla. Okay, that aside, going into Godzilla vs. Kong, I will say I was not very, I was a tad bit apprehensive, because if you see the box office, results of the Monsterverse, starting with Kong Skull Island, then Godzilla King of the Monsters, the trajectory has been steadily downhill. And also, I will say, among the Monsterverse movies, I was not very impressed with them. I really wasn't impressed with Kong Skull Island. Godzilla was, I will say, a little better among the others. And for me, Godzilla King of the Monsters was a huge letdown. Mainly because the way they told the story, they focused too much on the human characters. Coming down to that later. For me, Godzilla vs. King of the Monsters was a big letdown. Also, one of the main problems for me was the marketing. It was like they practically showed the entire movie through trailers and clips and shots before the movie came out. All the important stuff they had already shown. So there was there was not much to see new in the movie. So that was one of the things that really, disappointed me about Godzilla King of the Monsters. That was a movie I was really looking forward to. With there being Mothra and Rodan and Ghidorah and everything. Yeah. So suffice it to say, I was highly excited for this movie. But to begin with, I wasn't excited. When the trailer dropped, that got me excited. Now that trailer really hyped my enthusiasm from here to way up here. And I will say I was a little apprehensive going to the theater. I was hoping they wouldn't let me down. But I gotta say, I was not disappointed. This movie knows what it is. It knows it's not to be taken seriously. This movie knows it's not The English Patient or something like that. So it knows what it is. It knows what it stands for, and it wholeheartedly embraces it. Now, this movie was directed by Adam Wingard. Adam Wingard's the guy behind the Blair Witch Project. I'm a wuss. I'm a big scaredy cat. I stay away from horror films as much as possible. And from what I can see, Adam Wingard's repertoire is mostly based in horror. And Godzilla vs. Kong was his first big budget tentpole film. So once again, a little bit apprehensive, but I had nothing to worry about. This guy directed the heck out of this movie. Now, script-wise, this movie doesn't have much going for it, but action effects-wise, this was amazing. I will admit, at the very beginning, there was one particular confrontation between Godzilla and Kong, the carrier confrontation, which happens, you see it in the trailers. Certain parts of it, I did feel the effects were a bit wonky, but that was just for a small part. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. What really stood out for this movie? The past few movies, we've been introduced to Kong and Godzilla. And at no point throughout the duration of those movies, did we ever think that Kong or Godzilla are going to die? We know, okay, they are down, they're going to get up. There's no chance anyone is going to die. But in this movie, it was like a seesaw. 1 minute like, oh, are they real? It felt like they were stakes for this movie. You felt that, oh, there is a possibility either Kong or Godzilla may actually die. And you're always wondering who's going to come out blatantly as the winner. Will Kong win? Will Godzilla win? They balance that out perfectly. They keep us at the edge of the seat, not giving us a definite winner till the very end. And I liked it for that. What I also liked a lot is that they've stepped away from one of the major mistakes they made in the previous movies. They focused in the previous movies too much on the human characters. And I felt that sort of dragged the movies back. They didn't seem to do that in this. They focused more on Godzilla and Kong. Kong is the heart and soul of this movie. Though I am not a big Kong fan, I gotta say he is the heart of this movie. And despite them being giant titans and monsters and kaiju, one being a giant ape and one being a giant lizard with radioactive breath, they sort of managed to humanize them. The way they emoted them, the way they put expressions in them, their gestures, their movements, and the way I'll tell you one thing. In this movie, Godzilla and Kong were not creatures in this movie. They were characters. They were like part of the cast. They were that humanized to me. I particularly loved the dynamic between Kong and the little girl, the deaf girl. That was really sweet and heartrending. I will say has a pretty clunky script. The humor basically didn't land a lot. I love the parts where the monsters duke it out, even between Kong and the little girl. But the parts with Millie Bobby Brown and Brian Tyrese, those parts not so much. They were a lot of the jokes landed flat. There was practically no humor. I would say the writing of the humans did suffer a lot, but the cinematography in this movie is amazing. I loved the color palette, particularly the fight in Hong Kong with the neon lights and stuff. That was beautifully done, and the wide angle shots. One of my biggest critiques of the Godzilla King of the Monsters was all the fights, particularly the fights between Ghidorah and Rodan and all. They seem to always have like dust flying in all directions. Well, particularly the fights with Rodan, you couldn't see what was going on at all. Even Ghidorah, all you could see was the silhouette moving around. You couldn't see anything. But this movie, a lot of the shots were taken in such a way that they were taken in daytime. So the shots were very good. I particularly loved the final fight. I thought it was amazing. I don't want to spoil stuff for you, but the final fight that takes place in Hong Kong is superb. Need I say it, the sound design was amazing. This is a movie that is meant to be watched on the big screen, and I'm glad that they raised restrictions here in India, and I got to watch it on the big screen. It's definitely an event film. If you get the chance to check it out and you have a theater nearby and you are in the safe category and stuff, this is a kind of a movie you should watch in a theater, so do go check it out. Of course, stay safe. On the whole, I love this movie. It knows what it is and it totally embraces it. I thought Adam Wingard did a very good job directing this. I will say the script and the humor is, falls flat in places. The human characters take a side seat, a back seat, which I felt really did help this. And they put the focus wholly on Godzilla and Kong. And I think the movie really benefited from this. I was so glad I enjoyed this movie. I watched this movie with my dad and he enjoyed it as well. It's a fun time at the movies. So if you get a chance to watch it, do check it out. I wholly recommend. I do believe this is the best among all the Monsterverse movies. I'm kind of sad that this is probably going to be the last one in this in the Monsterverse. I'm hoping they do carry it on. Also, one more thing, the world building. I don't want to let on too much, but there's a whole lot of world building going on, and I really thought that and the lore behind Kong, all of it was beautifully done and well executed. So on the whole, I will happily give this movie an 8 out of 10. As you can clearly tell, I enjoyed it. So what is it? Have you seen this movie yet? I saw it a while back, but I got to record my video review for it now only. So sorry, it released a little earlier here in India. I watched it first day first show, but unfortunately I've got some stuff going on with work, so I wasn't able to record a video. But I'm so glad to share with you guys how much I love this movie. It's the epic blockbuster movie that you'd have at summer. So if you get a chance, do go check it out. I wholeheartedly recommend it. And listen, while you're here, you can always contact me simply on Mercy_D on Twitter or on Instagram at Mercy_SD. Be sure to check out the Facebook page at funny.pajamas. Email me whenever you like, simply on mercy at funny-pajamas.com. Pajamas with a Y. And don't forget to check out my website www.funny-pajamas.com. Need I say it, guys? Pajamas with a Y. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Love to see you. Hit me down in the comment section down below. Let me know, did you like this film? Are you a kaiju fan? Or are you just a casual observer? I enjoyed it for what it was. So that's all I have for you right now. This is Mercy signing out. Bye. Have a good one, everyone.